any better way to start your day here at Wonderland with a whiff of the Leviathan barbecue turn. And that is what this day has started as, and it's already turning out to be a great one. 3 consecutive rides on the ride, and we're really going to get a full day at the park today. It is a Tuesday here in early June, so we're going to get all the water rides in because it's actually going to be warm enough to experience that. I'm going to do all the flats as well for a separate video reviewing them all. That is if Spinovator opens next to me right now. And then the coasters, unfortunately, because of the one that you can see in the background here, is not open quite yet. We're going to have to cover the coasters later on this season. It's Wonderland 2025, and we're back to vlogging. First of the season. All right, let's enjoy the spring, or what's left of it, here at Wonderland. Break from the action now because it's been a really jam-packed first part of the day, and here we are at Alpen Fury, which shows very little progress since the last time I was here almost 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks ago. And yeah, now my original prediction of it opening for Canada Day weekend doesn't seem quite so accurate. Fingers crossed it'll actually make it in time. We're going to go to the other side of the park where they're completing this stall currently. It looks like they might actually get that done today. Fingers crossed we might be able to get some coverage of that. As far as the rest of the station is concerned, certainly not anywhere near to being complete. So hopefully they'll be able to get it open in time for Canada Day. We'll see. The bets are out on that one, and I think all bets are almost off because I think it might actually be mid-July by the time that they get this thing running. Here we are, Canada's Wonderland's most depressed vlogger, back in action. Actually, it's been a great start of the day. I've done every single flat ride that I could on this side of the park so far, and really only haven't done Dragonfire. I've also had a run-in with another YouTuber, slash not a YouTuber, one of Elto Orion's friends. I want to say his name is Corey. I definitely recognized him as soon as I saw him, and then he said hello, said he liked the shirt because he has one himself. It's a solid shirt. Gotta love the Wolves. But yeah, apologies if I didn't get his name right, but Coaster Idiot was present. He's going to Denmark today, so I'm very envious. I might be doing that later in the year. Now we're definitely working on the flat ride review for this year because all the rides are open with the exception of Spinovator, which I'm hoping actually will open up later on because it looks like they're doing some work on it right now. There's a lot of work going on with Alpen Fury, so we're going to cover a bit of that too. It looks like we're getting very close to the completion of the circuit. It's not done yet, but it might be done later this afternoon. Who knows? Because there is a large crane up on site. There's a lot of work being done on the station as well. But hopefully we'll see some progress there because it's getting close to it not being even available. Say in June, I don't think there's any chance of it, even for early July, which the park is definitely trying to get it done in time for. as promised, there is actually the final support for the stall going up as we speak. Hopefully, maybe we'll even see some track sections go up. It depends on how they progress today. Just having a chat with a friend of AI, or someone who's working with AI, if you know that channel as well. So it's all happening now. Definitely a lot of enthusiasts here today. Excited to get on this ride. Hopefully it happens very soon.
Black forest, that's in German. I hope my geography is wrong. But anyway, maybe shorten up the drawing.
It's not working.
Alright, so just behind me we have the second last track piece for Alpen Fury being installed. I'm going to be going on a short break and coming back to the park as I decided to dine off-site today. It looks like it may just be complete either later today. There's only an hour left probably in their workday today, and then maybe possibly tomorrow, depending on how the fastening of the torquing of these support pieces around this final section transpire. So we'll see. I might be able to capture the final completion of the ride. It's either today or tomorrow, apparently, based on the conversation that I had earlier. It's exciting times. All right, we're going back inside to the park. I've had a couple of beverages next door at the St. Louis Bar and Grill. One of my best experiences actually at that location, probably because it's not quite the peak season yet, so they haven't dealt with say the rushes that are associated with this park being right next door to it. I know all about that because I've worked in hospitality, and yeah, it can be intense at times, and boy, that place is crazy busy considering how small it is. But we've had a couple bevies. It's going to be a little bit more looser because of that. We've got a couple hours left in the park. Let's get back inside. No, I haven't really done justice to any reviews during this particular resurrection vlog, if you want to call it anything else, but just got off of 3 rides on Yukon Striker, 1 earlier and 2 consecutive in the exact same seat, really quickly, back to back. Oh, I love these end of the season, late spring days. May is my favorite, but even early June, you just can't beat the rides that you get. I haven't really talked about anything about like a fantastic ride on Vortex in the front seat. That's all coming in my roller coaster review vlog, or sum up once Alpen Fury opens, but fingers crossed we're going to be able to christen Alpen Fury's completion of its circuit this particular day. So stay tuned, because I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. There's a crane going up in the background, and I'm just trying to get as many rides in as I can before that happens. You can't get many good sight lines of Mindbuster from within the park, but hopefully it will be joining us soon. It certainly looks like it's ready for service, other than needing some actual rails on the tracks themselves. Looking forward to getting back on it in its new, reimagined, original form. less than an hour left. We're actually a little over an hour left, and I'm completely torn. I could go on to the other side of the park and get more Leviathan in, but I think I'm gonna do one more Behemoth, a Vortex, and then get on to our last bit of coverage here of Alpen Fury, which is doing its last. I'm being shout out. There they are, there they are. Shout outs. All right, we got to get people in the vlogs now because you can't really avoid it. So yeah, everyone's excited. There might be a new coaster to ride here in a matter of weeks. Who knows? We're gonna maybe get the coverage of its completion. I'm teasing it enough, aren't I? All right, coming up. 2 more rides on Behemoth, and I think I'm not really done with it. After 2 consecutive rides before, in the middle of the train and being left a little underwhelmed, went to the back, and it reminded me exactly why that ride ranked as my #1 coaster in the park last year. The force that you experience at that part of the ride is just unbeatable, especially being pulled out of that hammerhead, one of my favorite, unassuming elements of the ride. Fantastic, great airtime. There is a trim on that first airtime hill leading back towards the second half of the course, unfortunately, but at least it's not 3 trims as I've experienced on some days on that ride. Now we're going to a section of the park that is really kind of slow right now because it's been closed, at least its entrance to it from the front, as I noted before. So we're gonna go check out Alpen Fury, which just behind me here is having its second last track piece installed, and hopefully before it closes tonight, we'll be able to see the last piece at least get fitted into place, and we'll be able to celebrate that with you at home. All right, let's go. We got a half an hour left in the park, and I'm just binging on re-rides, which I shouldn't be doing because the last track piece on Alpen Fury is about to be connected. So we're gonna go over there quickly and christen the ride because it's definitely happening today. It's very exciting to be here at that moment, completely unplanned, but we're here. I'd love to get another ride on Vortex, but priorities are what they are. I gotta get a beer and celebrate this really monumentous event in the park's history, or significant, that's for sure. All right, moment has arrived. We're on our way. We got our beer. Cheers to the Mine Buster. I didn't catch the name of this stand. During my Wonder Bar vlogs, I will, I have to admit that there's maybe too many bars here now for me to actually do them all in one day. So that's gonna be a challenge and a half during that vlog. So stay tuned for that. But we're off to the front of the park to capture the final denouement. I don't even know what to say. We're gonna christen Alpen Fury. Hopefully there's no complications and they managed to attach that last piece and we can celebrate what will soon be a new legendary coaster for this park. It's an appropriate time for me to sum up my day here. Another amazing day here at Canada's Wonderland. I have to be honest that the Fast Pass has certainly made a difference in my experience at this park, as I tend to be a lot less grumpy due to line interactions per se than I have in the past. So it's been really a benefit. Who knows, I may come in the summer as I normally don't and actually see how many rides I can get in the busier times a year, which generally I try to avoid. But it seems to be of a benefit with the Fast Pass that I have now. All right, enough of that. Well, great rides as well on lots of flats and lots of coasters. I'm trying to get my compilation for the year in as far as the reviews are concerned. Some rides are closed, so I'm gonna have to come back for a third visit to get a complete retrospective of everything that the park has to offer. But for now, just enjoy this coverage of the final day of official track construction here of Alpen Fury. been tons of adjustments on this coaster, so the question remains, will it fit? Hopefully so. There's a bit of a crowd here anticipating and hoping to celebrate that this ride finally gets completed, at least circuit-wise. 99.9% done on Alpen Fury. We almost got there, but unfortunately the pesky alignment issues have showed up again. My beer is empty. There's no christening, but that's as close as we're going to get to christening it, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to do it overnight. But for now, the park is closed, so we're just going to call it a night. And the next time that we come here, we'll see a completed Alpen Fury with those rivets finally fastened and it aligned, hopefully, because we want to go and experience it at least at some point within this summer. That's the hope, and I'm sure we will. Outside the park here, as I am now, and I think that they finally got it aligned. I can't prove that because the angle does not benefit from where we are, but here's hoping. It looks like Alpen Fury is complete. Alright, that was a little bit of an epilogue. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for dropping in.